Patch, 44228.
26.
26. 15 Belanza, 71224. Michael Greeley, 29876. I just put the candy in first. Mark Turner, 48629, 28. My glasses, 49591. More excuses. Stephanie Lazat Proto, 36051. Joyce Kegel, 33595. Rachel Marbury, 5910.
Total of $3,191.01.
That candy, you have my teeth like they're
I
losing.
think I gave you both.
Oh, okay. So that's,
Yep, turn that over. Is that Rachel's? Rachel's the last one.
Rachel's over here.
Yeah.
Okay, so turn that one over and put it over here.
Okay.
And then give these to John. I messed her up and gave her both time sheets.
Alright.
Don't forget to sign mine.
I already did.
Do you have one over there for the former policeman, or has that already been handed around?
I didn't see it.
Okay.
We paid out Brett's.
Yes.
payroll last Wednesday.
Okay.
You ready? George Abel, 92942. Ellen the Chair, 93671. Jared Arsenal, 77391. Joe Bird, 63779. Gloria Baxira, 51251. Karen Clement, 99736. William Demare, 70791. Vicky Donis Wall, 10528.
Wait a minute. Okay.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Jonathan Ellis, 51704.
Okay.
Pamela Frederick, 14314. Joyce Gallant, 16620. Gothia, 76999. Andrew Gray, 51269.
516.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's too early to get up.
What's this?
51669.
Oh, okay.
Andrew Greenbaum, 23076. Kurt Holton, 14318.
Oh, yeah, well, forget that.
Kip Kaiser, 59559. Michael Kilrain,
Yeah, well, whatever.
67152.
I could then pay for it.
Heather Lindsay, 57576. Joyce Miller Boyd. Wayne Robinson, 80258. David Roy, 114637. Michelle Suda, 2344. Jeremy Smith, 57435. Patty Santaleo, 58935.
23.
What?
I got 35.
At 35.
23 here.
Uh-huh, see?
That's in here.
What's that?
That's just in
Whew.
What's on the thing?
Good catch. 12 cents is 12 cents. Katarina Tennant, 39602. Janice Leah, 70174. Horace Woods, 112545. Yeah, Horace Woods.
Yeah.
1120, okay.
Yeah.
And Daphne Watt, 55722.
For a total of $15,847.31, with a grand total of $20,835.55.
Which includes the 1797 for
Yes.
Hops and Oil Plastic.
And we had 1.5 hours of overtime in the PD. Give that to Dave, he's hurting.
Whew, thank you. I'm just close my eyes and sleep with one throw, one it's over. I don't wanna be hostile here now.
Aflac, 723.44.
Now, you and I.
Elna Cherry, 39.99. Ag Sap Landscaping, $3,750. BB Trucking, $6,270.66. Ben's Uniforms, $32.66. Will Brothers, $60.75. Boundtree Medical, $36.36. Citizens Bank, $480. Comcast, $74.90. Crystal Rock, $36.09. Eversource, $230.73. Exeter Regional Co-op, $603,317.
You go.
Every month, without fail.
Just hold $500,000 again. Exeter Flower Shop, $46. Health Trust, $11.54. Industrial Protection, $1,356.60. Lakes Region Fire, $5,651.69. Leaf, $385. SAU Treasurer, $185,000. Seacoast Mills, $46.58. Security Team, $100. Southworth Milton, $694.19. Department of Safety, $47. Mark Stevens of MS Trucking, $2,312.50.
Got more sand?
No, that's the second to the
Oh,
$100.
okay, what?
Tidal Communications, $385. Turner EMS Solutions, $1,500. Joshua Turner, $1,500. Yeah, $15.
Well, it's such a power.
Hey, $15.
Expensive cow. UniFirst Corporation, $26.47. Balak, $227.41. Verizon Wireless, $60.12. Waste Management, $3,001.15. Daphne Wasp, $186.84.
Grand total of $816,105.67.
We have 3 rec checks.
Thank you. You too.
Oh, very nice.
Whoa.
Daphne had yellow paper in the copier.
Oh.
Actually, pretty good day of receipts, $70,000. Just a variety of things there. And the big bills you saw, so we're getting down there. 985 left. Tax bills will go out
This week.
this week, next week, whatever. So the proceeds will start coming back pretty quickly. So by the time December 1st rolls around, we'll be
Anything big in
rolling in
November?
cash. Huh?
Anything big in November?
Well, we got another 185 for the school, but no, well, I don't know when the last bill for the road comes in. We got 271 sitting in the bond proceeds still for that.
The big county bill coming in too?
That's
Oh,
the
the
end
end
of
of
December.
December.
Oh, December.
Late
December.
December.
17th.
Oh, I know it's in
The
December.
very end of the month.
And then they're moving to the new budget season.
Well, what are they going to,
They did 18 months, and
Did
now
they? So they
their
go-
budget's gonna start going from,
July to like the school?
We should survive.
thanks, John.
Thanks, sir.
Kid coming in, or?
He was here, never,
Yeah.
he's right there.
He snuck in on me.
You had 12 people, huh?
Yeah.
10? And there's 4, I was. After that, they all showed up. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Okay, first up, 40 Lake Road, Janice Asmore, and this is an electric permit for an addition. Next we have 84 Rowell Road, and this is Michael Wellington, and this is for a generator.
Is that it, right?
Yeah.
Pass
Yeah,
that
pass them to Dave and then.
Oh, right, it's Tuesday.
And we have 40 Lake Road again, same Janice as more, and this is an electric permit for a kitchen remodel. (150) Pickpocket Road, Juliet Peterson, and this is for a generator. (89) Hay Road, and this would be Andy Polly. This one, remember, is a addition,
I know. Oh,
yes, an addition.
see.
Yeah, I have one.
Is that what?
What do you get, Kip, you wanna run through your budget?
Oh, sure. So, pretty much what you see printed there on the first page is an increase in salary, and there's the health insurance, which has gone up approximately 10%. And pretty much everything else on there is relatively the same. The travel expense bumped up $100. And the 1,700 for driveway fees, that's pretty much always, I collect the fees for that, and it goes back in to cover the 17. I don't know why it sits there on my budget, but it's there. Books, publications, subscriptions all stayed the same. And on the next page, I just basically gave a breakdown of some of the items that I do. Some of it's building inspectors, some is code enforcement, some maintenance stuff, some purchasing, some, a little bit of everything.
And the, approximate $4,500 increase in salaries, do you know what percentage that was?
Actually, I don't know exactly what that is. I could divide that up. But as we kind of build this thing, because we started with the bill inspector took 90% of the fees, they're starting to do hourly rate.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really breaking it down in that fashion as the
Still, could they still send them a week, hours of work, right?
34 is
Just
what,
like that, would have changed
is
it.
what I've been staying at. So it keeps it out of from going into a full-time position, so that saves about 10 or 15,000 a year in other pennies.
What'd you get for percent?
Did you go to 28 per hour?
It's 29.40, which is the average that I have found. So 2017 revenues outpaced the budget, and we put about 9,000 back with the general fund from that last year. This year, we're on track to pretty much equal it. I haven't done any permit increases in over a year. And so, we've also got a pretty good number of housing starts to anticipate next year.
So did you say you said that the 50,000 was at 29.75 an hour? roughly?
Yes, 29.4.
29.40, and that's the average of area code enforcement officers?
Yeah, basically, had some surveys from some that other towns have done, and that's an average number. Then I went and pulled out salary and/or budgets from a few towns. And, you know, there are towns that have $150,000 budgets and $65,000 to $70,000 salaries plus.
Did you come up with a percentage? 10%?
Yeah.
Questions?
Okay, so
I don't have a question, I just think 10% is not reasonable.
Do you have copies of the studies, Kip?
Yeah.
those are two some of, I think two of them, one was from Raymond and one was from Rye. So they paid an outside vendor to do compensation studies. If you participate in the survey, they send you the results.
Okay, yeah.
I guess my,
So if you wanna, I just kind of jotted down some of these, what the town was and what some of the bottom lines were. Some of them I had to extrapolate from town reports and budgets.
So basically, all your money all comes back in with fees anyway, right? You actually funded your fees.
are your fees paid for your salary?
Yes.
Yeah, last year it actually paid for,
More than that.
for everything.
All right.
It paid for the whole budget.
You were like 9,000, you said $9,000 over, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, you know, and towns aren't really supposed to,
Right.
yeah, it covered the whole bottom line.
Even though we pay you hourly, actually all your fees are paying your salary,
Pay you back.
right? More and more.
Okay.
And that looks like I'm pretty much counting on for a while.
Well, with 74 houses coming in, I think so.
Yeah, you're gonna be busy enough, you're gonna be busy over there.
Well, that's what,
Get you an office over there.
Does anybody want copies of this?
I don't need that.
No, I don't need that. As long as I know this income covered this.
that's what I bank on.
Huh? So you wanna make the motion? Are we,
Do you have-
are we gonna vote on the budget or wait for the?
As long as we get a full board, what do you wanna do with that? I mean, there's only three of us, I mean, I don't have a problem with that, but.
No, I don't either.
I don't have a problem with it. If I have a motion on the 70,793, I'll take it.
I'll
If
make the
not, we
motion.
can,
Yeah, and I'll second that motion.
all in favor of code enforcement being at 70,793?
Right?
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Any other updates for us, Kip?
Let's see, 3 Smith Road, DES, got out there ahead of us, which is something that I had been working on. So they had gone out and I got a phone call, not a written report back from the, called the water side. And on the ground soil pollution side, I haven't heard back. He's supposed to have gotten back to me any day. But the two different organizations, or entities from that organization went out together and viewed the property. And I just want to give you both reports when they come
That's
in.
good.
And I guess on the other end, I don't think this had happened before last week, 73B got a positive soil sample back, they're clean, and the water sample should be back shortly.
Excellent. Bob will probably need a copy of those studies for budget committee, so if you can just throw them to Karen and
Yep.
Anything else for Kip? How's the shed doing?
Oh, I got another update. They're gonna start, laying the, block foundation tomorrow. They got 2 days, they're gonna be on site, to do that. And then they'll be back a week later to start putting up the metal. So that should put us into a reasonable time frame for getting paving done with inside the block. So, that's what I was kind of coordinating today, getting the lull from one spot to another.
Thanks, Kip.
Sure. Have a good week.
Yes, you as well.
I'll take, motion on last week's minutes.
I don't think you can do it. That was-
No, we don't have, we don't
We
have
don't
enough.
have enough,
We'll
okay.
have to save that. Sure, let's do documents.
Warrants.
Good one.
Take a motion to sign the tax warrant
Make a motion to sign the tax warrant.
due the 7th day of December 2018.
I hate to, but I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Paying taxes makes me hostile.
This is the land use change tax warrant and
What's the first one? Does it say in?
What's the notes on the back?
those are my notes.
Oh, okay.
So
Something
yeah, but,
important. That's a nice written name on that one, that's perfect.
It's with the cell tower.
Take a motion to sign land use change form for 87 Pearl Falls Road for the erection of the cell tower.
Oh, make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Who was that for?
Opposed?
Was that for Dana?
This is, yeah.
Yes.
Well done.
Did those houses on the, new current use, Sarah, did they have all
Just
those?
came out this way.
Oh, wait.
Yes, they all came out. Came out all at once.
But did they have,
A long time. It's been up there a long time.
This is the letter of engagement for Plaza and Sanderson, level funded for next year.
You signed in my name though, that's all. You signed in my spot.
what do you mean I signed in this?
Because this, I was supposed to sign in, you signed in.
Oh, did you have our names in?
Yeah.
Well,
I'll go print another one.
oh, I'm sorry.
And then I need you.
No, don't sign it, don't sign it,
No,
so they
don't
go.
sign, I'll print another one. And
I
then
shouldn't
this
have signed
is
it,
the
let
thing
it
you
go.
sent last week. I just need you guys to
Well,
do
normally
this.
there's,
Not that one.
normally there's not,
It's just the warrant, not the,
Just that front page, I think you signed, right? Let me see.
That's probably the,
Yeah, it's just that one.
what am I doing?
just sign
Oh, up there.
anywhere up there.
Oh, my name's here, so I gotta.
Yeah, put them on, yeah, pour 'em- yeah, there you go.
She put our names here, so, did you sign, oh, you signed it right away.
I didn't know, since I looked down, I said,
I'm
hey.
still shaking.
Trying to make this meeting quick so we can get back and running.
Get what you bring you over some chicken soup.
My husband's here.
I didn't know we were having a meeting at 4.
Oh, for God's sakes. You knew,
No, I didn't know.
it was posted
You
at
were the
4.
one that said 4 o'clock last week too. Don't forget.
Yeah, and you, let's put you up.
I didn't remember that. Put me up. I'm here.
You owe more than a quarter to be in this league.
What I missed so far.
Almost everything. I wish you were left-handed. I wish you pivot to like that.
Oh, no.
No,
Stay
no.
right here.
No, it's an inside thing.
I'll
That's
just stay right here. It's okay.
Technically, it's an outside thing.
Oh, thank you, you're right.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, you didn't, no.
Oh, sorry to be late. I was picking up the cat.
Motion to sign the letter of engagement for Plaza and Sanderson, which is our audit.
Motion?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? agreement for a grant for printers, and I just need a motion to sign that grant.
I make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
We just need one more signature, so all three pages at the top.
I don't know. I didn't read that in the minutes, did you?
Strong things I know.
Oh, no, that's the end of the deal.
And Barb had a question on the cemetery budget, but the difference was the, wages they pay the secretary for their minutes. So what you voted was only $7 more than that adjustment. I don't know if you wanna reopen it or just.
It was,
Yes.
it was,
that.
it was the 3% didn't add up when you.
Well, no, and then they didn't add in my $600, that's why
For
they
the wait,
couldn't,
for,
This is secretary's budget, so it didn't,
so it's Joyce's pay with the 3% plus that 600.
Yeah, but when they did the when they were doing
the
the
first time it was,
calculations,
the calculations were
Yeah,
wrong,
yeah.
yeah.
Right, but the
yeah.
one you revoted last week, or 2 weeks ago now,
is good.
it's good.
It's good.
Right, we don't want to open it for $7.
no.
No.
So this is good.
That came up with the budget committee, that's why it was
Yeah, it was,
No, Chair, here, I'll take a motion on last week's minutes.
Second.
Yeah, motion.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Stay.
And non-public?
Make a motion.
second.
All in favor? Aye.
Stay.
Opposed? Notes. Short event was held Saturday, we had 12 residents attend. Recreation made a suggestion that maybe in the spring when they do the drug take-back event, we have like a big event. Maybe a townwide yard sale, we can do the shred, so we draw more people to the event.
Well, I think the weather had a lot to do with it.
Yeah, I think
Sure.
the
I
weather
think the
too.
weather had a lot to do with it.
But that's something we can look at for next year.
Yep.
Karen has school on Wednesday and Friday of this week. That's it for notes. There was discussion earlier that last year we had budgets prior to the board seeing them, and Karen's gonna make sure that we have all budgets prior to us voting on them again.
Yeah, and it's kinda hard to look at them tonight and then vote on them.
That's okay.
So while we're waiting for Daphne, is there any public comment? Yes, Mr.
Butch Whitehouse, Old Gordon Road. Just to follow the process, the building inspector presented his budget,
Yes.
and then within that budget, there's a proposal for a 10% salary increase.
Yes.
So can you articulate what the current rate of pay is for that position, and then what it's gonna go to?
$26.25 currently, to $29.40.
And does the board endorsing the budget, does that mean de facto that that's the raise that's gonna be given, or does that just give the board the leeway to grant that raise if they choose to?
Gives the leeway to grant the raise if we choose to.
And then-
Budget committee and all that.
Did I understand Kip correctly that there's been he looked at a salary survey and the position is currently underfunded, that's why the board's looking at up to a 10% increase?
Yes. And the fact that
His fees.
fees are in and out, most of them.
So it
The
covers his-
2017 budget, we were 9,000 upside down, so he only brought in $9,000 less than his budget for his salary was, which also included benefits, so.
Sure. Then a follow-up question. So if building were to drop off and there was no revenue for building, would he take a salary cut?
That would be up to the board at that time.
Okay. Thank you.
That's a good thing about the board, every year it changes. Daph?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes.
So, I don't have a budget.
She's gonna hand them out.
Oh, okay.
Do a budget for Bill.
Do you want,
Kip's in there.
Okay, thanks.
And this is the bill, this,
Oh, yeah, and
Oh, I
then
got
this is
one.
here.
this,
Yeah, I already got
That's-
one. That's bad.
and I gave you Bob's
So I
and
need-
yours.
She has to, we might have, I have that. Okay.
gotcha.
So Daph, if you wanna start with town clerk and explain any large increases and percent of salary increases that you've given, and go from there.
Sure, I'm looking at a salary increase for myself. Again, I know you guys already discussed the wage surveys, and I would like it to at least reflect, I'd like to be on the lower end of the scale at least for town clerk, tax collector. So, that's for my increase there. Deputy clerk is just a regular 3% increase. I don't know what the percentage was, to be honest with you. Office clerk is actually going down because that was Sharon at one point, so we're bringing on somebody at much less than that. The health insurance did go up a little bit.
Sorry.
Liz needs a soup.
I don't know. Okay, you off or we'll check it?
The only other increase on here was the dog licenses. We do have more dogs in town now, so I needed to get extra dog licenses. Yeah, ask him, please, thank you. Appreciate that. And it's almost the same for tax collector, although there were not really any changes there. I don't mean to keep going back and forth, but one of the things for books and publications, we don't get those anymore. And the Price Digest is actually a subscription now, so that goes underneath, should have gone underneath dues before. So that's why I don't have anything in there.
Did you come up with a percentage? 14%?
Well, on behalf of the town clerk, I will say, a lot of her fees cover her. I used to go through every couple of years and say, this is what I would get for fees. So it covers most of the salary.
What's the bottom line percent, please?
4%.
4%.
I did.
How many hours do we open to the public?
Let's see,
Oh, a lot.
we are open.
We cut back with no more Saturdays, no more Tuesday nights.
Oh, no, we have to stay on
We
Tuesday.
used to be like at 9 o'clock, now we close
Close
at
at
7.
7,
Used to be 8. So we're
8.
open
8.
8, so 24 plus there's 8:30 to 7. You gotta help me here, my brain is
Well,
bad. What is happening to me?
Say it again.
8:30 to 7, and then we're open 8 hours on Friday. So
So it's 4 days at 8 hours, right? So
we're
that's
over
32.
40 hours,
32.
43 and a half hours.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry, it's been a long day.
But you'd be amazed at how much of this is reimbursed.
So do you,
I got a good
Pocket full of gas.
So you at 40?
do you support that?
Very full.
I'm at 32 hours.
That's only what you do?
I'm at 32 because I can't go any more than that, otherwise I bump into retirement, which I'm not asking, I don't wanna be a part of that.
So how much your girls get?
How much what?
How much are the girls getting hours a week?
Well, Kristen, the deputy, is
Yep.
32 hours.
You're both 32.
And the new person, Tracy, she is 24 hours in my office and will be 8 hours in either
So
Karen or Kip's
32 for
office.
everybody.
32 for
And
everybody.
does that mean, so that nobody qualifies for retirement? Is
Yes,
that-
we don't go above
Okay.
that.
But you do
yes.
get medical, right? You get,
I
everybody
pay into yes, everybody will qualify for medical. And the other
Okay.
girls do not need it and don't want it, so I'm the only person for myself.
and your salary range is at the low end of what, you did like a survey of town
Yes, we
clerks in
did
the
several
area?
surveys.
Okay.
But the only thing with the survey is you gotta check the years that the people have been clerks.
And population.
Yeah, because we
So
did that
this is still at
last
the
year.
lower end.
But it was comparable to the survey that you did. I'm just troubled that, I missed the last one, but I'm troubled that the percentage is gonna stand out as like, this is a lot of money, you know, a huge percentage on top of everything else that we're doing in terms of what we have to pay, required to pay.
But she made a lot of money, but she made a lot of
Well, I
money back.
understand that, but I'm just saying that the perception's gonna be, wow, 14%.
And that's why it's good that we're talking about it.
Well, yeah, no, I understand that, but it just seems like that's, you know, how.
Also, well, just to throw this in, I do a lot of comp time.
Yeah,
And just this year, I have over 100 hours of comp time. So I'm trying to also, I was going to ask if it would be possible to go salary for 32 hours. My comp time was over $2,000 to start with. Is this the right time to talk about
So
it?
then building that into their salary.
For how much?
For 32 hours?
How about we table this budget and you present us a comparable budget of you being salaried and you being hourly.
Wouldn't it be the same?
I don't know.
It
would
would
the
be the
number be the
same.
same, 2456?
Yes. The hour would still be the same because up until
And
April.
how are you gonna be, if you go salary, you're not gonna be
It's bottom,
compensated?
no comp,
Right.
which is over $2,000 that I did not include in here.
Okay.
So if we take this number and add $2,000, is what you're talking about?
What's that?
If we took the two numbers and added the 2,000, that would be her salary number, like,
22.
Well, if we took
Yeah.
last year's number and added 2,000, that would actually be what her salary was.
so she'd be about 45,000 then. So she's gotta put both
Well,
jobs
no, if
together.
you took last
No,
year's
not-
salary and the 2,000
That's
additional,
19,875.
it's close to what you're asking for here anyway.
That's what she's asking for. That was my point.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Also, just to pat myself on the back, I am a graduate now. I am a certified town clerk tax collector. Thank you, Phyllis, for sending me to the
Okay,
classes.
all right. I'm okay with it. If you wanna table it, I'm fine with that. If you wanna wait until the full board's here, I can.
Well, if it's not gonna change the numbers,
But it's not gonna change the number, so what's the difference?
So if you take last year's budget, add the 2,000 in, that's
19,800.
Right.
19,875, and then she's only asking for an additional 581
Yeah.
to get into the.
so do we have to do anything legally to change her position to a salaried position?
No, because she'd already qualified under the FLSA.
Cause I used to be salaried.
That's right.
And in the long run, I think it would also save
Saves the town money.
the town money because
It costs you
I
because
do
then
have to work a lot of extra hours, elections, all of that stuff, and it would just be one base rate all the time.
I make a motion to accept that as a salary.
I'll second
Do we
it.
give a bottom number, what's gonna be there?
Yeah.
Still at the 614.
61, yeah,
Oh, okay. Got you.
that stays the same. So with the motions.
Any discussion? All in favor is 61,424 for town clerk, 4% increase.
Right.
Aye. Opposed? Right, and the same would take effect over in the tax collector's budget.
Yes.
Same, everything's same, right?
Yes. And what's the bottom line on that?
So
Increase.
what's the
4%.
increase? Same.
And what's the difference, just the supplies went on to be that much lower?
Yeah, well, the town clerk, has like dog
Postage fee.
licenses, the postage
Okay.
for, yeah,
Yeah.
office supplies are a little higher.
What's good?
And then the health insurance increase that everybody
Yeah.
has to eat.
Yeah, you have to eat that.
Yep. Make a motion for a tax collector at 57,674.
Do we have a second?
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor of tax collector at 57,674, 4% increase?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Did you do?
Good with
Very
you?
much.
We have to vote to let her go, salary.
Don't eat it out.
I said no, I tried to make.
Sure.
I make a motion that Daphne goes on salary.
In 2018, 2019.
For
Second.
2019.
Any discussion?
No.
All in favor of the town clerk tax collector being salaried position in 2019?
Is that starting in January or April?
January.
January,
Any
No more
discussion?
time card.
All in favor?
Yeah,
No more
Aye.
signing. I still need a time card.
Yeah, she
I
still
just need
needs
you to
to.
sign it so that Glory can write your votes on that.
Got it, thank
also have a discussion about what is on the employee handbook about earned, comp time, because we shouldn't have the liability of $100.
Well, she has, that's
Comp
what
time.
she's earned so far. It has, you can only carry over a year into the from 1 year to the next. So you have to use that before you use your earned time. So she only has 27 left that she hasn't used yet.
Oh,
If
okay,
she-
so
but if-
she's
she's
not carrying 100 hours, she's carrying 27.
Right.
Yeah.
But she's earned
She's
100
that's
so
how
far.
I was just concerned that we had the liability of 100 hours of comp time.
No, because if she were to leave tomorrow, we'd have to pay all that out.
That's what I meant.
Right.
The one thing though, for employees that are at 32 hours, in between 32 and 40, comp time is not a benefit to them at all. It's only benefit to the town.
Yeah,
And it's 1-to-1.
And depending on the department, it's not a benefit to town either.
Does Daphne get a check for both town clerk and then a check for tax collector
No,
also?
it's combined.
No,
One
it's
check.
It's
one
combined?
One check.
So, Riddle, yeah. Could you tell me what her salary will be when she gets her check, once a week, when she gets her check in 2019?
42,000.
No, that's every week.
800.
Oh, we,
How much?
oh,
800.
Weekly?
It'd be about 800.
How much a week?
800 gross.
800.
Time.
And what does she get now?
It's close to 6 something, 7.
Oh, she only
685.
I'm sorry, what?
685.
685.
That's not including her comp time,
Right.
which would
Plus
be another
comp.
$45 a week.
685.
685 plus 50, so what's that, 737?
Did that answer your question?
Yeah, I guess.
If the chairman's taking questions at this point, just to make it clear for me, could you tell me what the current hourly rate is for that position and what the proposed rate is?
2142 to 25.
2142 to 25?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bill, did you have a question about code enforcement?
Yeah, I was wondering what the increase, the bottom line increase is, what's the percentage?
Code enforcement.
Code enforcement, I just want to know what the percent increase is. And we'll get asked that. His is in and out mostly?
Yeah.
11.
As well as Daphne's a lot of it.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah, I know,
that,
I
she
know
needs to.
Daphne's a lot of it in and out too.
yeah, she's second page here. Third page. Last year,
Any
she,
more documents?
So revenues were 6.
No.
yeah, we need 9 grand.
What time is it?
Any more
Yeah, we made
public
money.
comments or questions? Butch?
What was the hourly rate of the retired town clerk tax collector?
Oh, I don't remember. It was,
Used to get 700, so 7, no.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I wanna say it was like 24.52 or something like that. I don't remember.
We'll look that up.
She was underpaid.
Oh, I know I was underpaid, because I never asked, I just did it. I know I was underpaid, but I enjoyed my job.
Any other questions?
I have a question, sort of a general question. When we required all the town employees to go to the harassment training,
Yes.
did all of us do harassment training at some point?
Well, there's another class, isn't there?
It wasn't
Last
another
night.
class, it was last
Oh,
night, it was the second.
Oh, it was last night?
Yeah,
Oh,
so I'm just wondering if
it wasn't.
all the board also took that harassment training.
No.
Oh, I thought it was later.
So, I would like to propose that if we require town employees to take some sort of training, we should also do it. It was, I took the training last night and it was an hour and a half, I think, something like that. I think most of us probably already know about that training, what we need to be aware of, and what we need to, kind of look out for, but it's a good refresher for all of us to do. And I think if we require town employees to take a training, we should probably also do it. Just looks better.
Well, and we had talked about having Primex come into a board meeting, so that they could walk the board
Right.
Through
through,
that
Through a
training.
separate
through the,
Separate.
like the best.
Yeah.
administrative more
Would
part.
it be any different, I wonder?
Well, they go.
You would
through
know
more
better
through-
than,
They'd go more through like the reporting procedure, and if you get a complaint, how you should investigate that, and how you should follow through and discipline and all of that. They're gonna focus more on that with the board.
Okay.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah, that does make
They
sense,
go
but I think going forward, if we require town employees to take training, I think we should
Well, I
also.
didn't realize it was last night.
I kept calling to make sure. That's how I knew, I kept calling, I kept bugging Karen saying,
Oh,
when's the
wow.
training, when's the training, when's the training?
Oh, how was your Wednesday?
We're slow, but you know, it's new, it's a new thing.
Oh, I see.
I'm still not discouraged by it.
Oh, no,
I think
no.
what I'm gonna do though is try and get, some sort of a sign or something so that, I'm gonna get some kind of a sign or notice at elections so that they know, the people coming in to vote know that that's gonna happen. And then I'm gonna get some kind of a sign that says selectmen here, telesign or whatever, just, and then if anybody wants to do that too, besides me, just feel free to jump in at any time, I'll step aside. Like I said, it's a new
I'll
thing,
step in
so.
when you can't be there.
Okay.
If you can't be there this time. Are you doing breakfast on
Yes,
election?
I hope so, cause otherwise we'll go home.
I don't think so. We feed you.
We might not go
It
home.
was election, he was sick though, right, the last minute he's sick.
No, he did breakfast.
What was that on one of this, he was sick?
It was town election.
Town election, yeah.
So earlier you signed a grant for printers.
Yes.
How much is that for?
$908.
And what's the printer we use?
They were the printers for cruisers.
Oh, okay. Printers, not
Yes.
printer.
Not, yes.
Okay.
Business cards, cards for all.
Got it. But printers for in the cruiser.
Hey, I'll take a motion.
To adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I got it so late.
Opposed?
Karen, you made it.
Adjourn.
You did it,